Hey everybody, welcome back to this channel. Um, I tell you what, people, it seems like a lot of people, they just love calling ray tracing a scam. Well, let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna put the record straight. Every time a new graphics technology comes out, the internet acts like it's some conspiracy designed to ruin gaming. But honestly, ray tracing is not the scam people think it is. If anything, the gaming industry should be thanking NVIDIA for pushing graphics technology forward instead of constantly trying to tear them down. Because whether people want to admit it or not, NVIDIA has been the company taking the biggest risks and inventing technologies years before the rest of the industry could catch up. Think about ray tracing itself. Before RTX cards launched, real-time ray tracing was basically impossible. It in consumer gaming, it was in Hollywood rendering farms and CGI movies, but nobody thought it could run live in games at playable frame rates anyway. NVIDIA changed that. They invested billions into specialized RT cores and AI hardware to make it possible. And what happened immediately after that? Everyone copied it. AMD added ray tracing, Intel added ray tracing, consoles added ray tracing, entire game engines started building around ray traced lighting pipelines. So if ray tracing was really a scam or fake or useless like people treat it, why did the entire industry adopt it? Why? Because it's the future of lighting technology, period. Ray tracing solves all kinds of problems for developers. They've been fighting this stuff for years. Like they've been wanting better reflections, better shadows, more realistic global illumination. Uh, less time placing fake lighting tricks everywhere, around the map. It creates worlds that react to light more naturally instead of relying on smoke and mirrors. It's the real deal. Now, yes, ray tracing was expensive, but new technology is always expensive. Always. People said the same thing about programmable shaders, physics engines, solid state drives, and even higher resolutions back in the day. Back when, what was it, 1024 by 768? If you would have told somebody even 1440p, they would have been, no way, no way. You see what I'm saying? But but NVIDIA didn't stop there. They also invented DLSS. They invented upscaling in general, AI upscaling, which people mocked it at first. They're like, this is garbage, yada, yada, yada. Now AI upscaling is everywhere. AMD's got FSR. Intel has XeSS 2 or 3. I can't remember which one it was. PlayStation is is heavily investing into AI reconstruction too, and everybody copied the idea. Why? Because it works. And here's the reality people do not want to hear, especially AMD shields, especially Fat Frog, people like Fat Frog, and people that listen to Fat Frog. Y'all don't want to hear this. Without upscalers, without NVIDIA's inventing upscalers, modern graphics would hit a wall. They would have hit a wall. Gamers are becoming games are becoming insanely demanding. AI upscaling lets developers render fewer pixels while still delivering near native image quality, if not better. DLSS is better sometimes. I'm sorry. Look at Cyberpunk. But anyway, and other games. And and you get much higher performance. That is not a scam. That's engineering. Then NVIDIA introduced frame generation. People complained, of course. Then what did AMD do? They introduced fluid motion frames. It's like smooth motion, NVIDIA smooth motion. Then everyone suddenly got quiet. And now NVIDIA has multi-frame generation. What did Intel do? They copied it. Well, NVIDIA, NVIDIA made Reflex for reducing latency. NVIDIA made neural texture compression research. They come out with it. Tensor cores for AI workloads. CUDA acceleration, RTX remix, neural rendering experiments. The list goes on and on. I could go on for hours. The pattern is always the same. NVIDIA invents something, they take all the risks. Because they take all the risks. They're first. Then people mock it. A few years later, the entire industry adopts it when they see that it works. Now, does that mean NVIDIA is perfect? No. Nobody ever said any of these corporations are perfect. Their GPUs are kind of expensive. Some of them are kind of expensive. But, you know, sometimes their marketing gets too aggressive. But when you're number one and you're first, you have to get aggressive. But pretending they haven't contributed nothing to the gaming technology and they just come out with scams is just disconnected from reality. The truth is, innovation costs money, it costs time, and it involves risk. Most companies wait for someone else to prove an idea works before they jump in. NVIDIA is usually the company going first. And going first means taking all the heat. If NVIDIA never pushed ray tracing, AI rendering, frame generation, or neural graphics technology, we would probably be stuck making a tiny visual improvement every generation. Very minor. We'd all be doing rasterized power. That's it. But every generation, I mean, look at us. Look at what we're able to do with these technologies. You know, hardware isn't getting that much better, so we have to do it software wise. But instead, NVIDIA is fundamentally changing how graphics are rendered. That's what they're trying to do, and that matters. You don't have to worship corporations. You don't have to buy every single NVIDIA GPU. If you're smart, you get NVIDIA. You don't have to buy every single one of their GPUs. Just get the one that's right for you. But and people are complaining, "Oh, my game can't run ray tracing with my 4060, my 3060, 2060." Well, guess what? NVIDIA made the technology. They don't have to add it into the game for you. The developers do that. The game makers do it. I mean, also, you say it doesn't run good in games. Look at Crimson Desert. They did it, and you know what that means? If they did it, it can be done. It's just like they showed up everybody. Now everybody's pissed. They want to say, "It can't run in our game." Well, you should have optimized better. You should have implemented it better, but you didn't. That's on you. When a company is genuinely advancing technology instead of pretending every innovation is some evil trick, because the uncomfortable truth is, and I hope you guys are listening, the uncomfortable truth is this: a lot of features people now consider normal only exist because Nvidia took the first step and forced the industry to evolve. They're the leaders, everybody else follows. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.